Today was a violent day in the Gaza Strip, particularly in Gaza City. That's that northern city that Israeli forces first moved into when they launched this ground offensive. In the time since, those forces have moved south. A lot of civilians have left there, but there are still some there living among the rubble and tents. And today, some of them had come out to try to get food that was being handed out by authorities there. Gaza's health ministry, as well as survivors, say that Israeli forces opened fire on that crowd, killing some 20 people there and wounding over 100. Now, Israel, for its part, hasn't acknowledged this attack. They say they're looking into these reports, but it comes as Israeli forces have tightened their grip in the southern part of the Gaza Strip on Khan Yunis, and as they slowly move closer and closer to Rafah on Egypt's border. My AP colleagues saw people gathered outside trying to escape after Israeli forces told them to flee a school that they were hiding in. My AP colleague saw a tank with its turret moving back and forth, and as these people fled, the crack of gunfire could be heard overhead, just showing how dangerous it is for Gaza civilians caught between the Israeli forces and the militants still fighting them. Meanwhile, there are continuing diplomatic efforts to try to get a pause or a ceasefire in this fighting. Britain's Foreign Secretary David Cameron was in Qatar today. Qatar and Egypt are key mediators in these talks between Israel and Hamas. The CIA Director Bill Burns is reportedly going to be on his way over to this part of the world to talk to those involved in these negotiations. Now, it remains unclear what any final ceasefire deal will look like. Israel has offered some thoughts. Hamas has offered its own. And so far, we don't see any necessary sign that these talks are moving to a completion, but just with this level of diplomatic activity, with all these foreign officials coming into the region, it does seem like most countries, as well as the United States, which has provided ironclad support to Israel during this war, are starting to push all sides towards a ceasefire. But as of right now, the war continues. I'm Jon Gambrell with the Associated Press for CGTN in Jerusalem.